Welcome to Kathmandu, the vibrant capital of Nepal. With a history that stretches back over 2,500 years, the Kathmandu Valley alone is home to 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, each a testament to the intricate art, architecture, and spirituality that have shaped this unique nation that's landlocked between China in the north and India in the south. A city steeped in history and spirituality, Kathmandu is a melting pot of cultures, a place where Hinduism and Buddhism intertwine and where the echoes of century-old temples meet the rhythm of daily life. I'm about to dive headfirst into the mysteries of Kathmandu, from the monkey temple to pretending I know what I'm doing at the Nepal cooking school. This adventure is one that's been on my bucket list for years. So get ready for the ride that's as bumpy as the local roads and as flavorful as a plate of spicy momo. Flying into Nepal from the west, I intentionally chose to sit in a window seat on the left side of the plane so I could catch views of the incredible Himalayan mountains. I arrived in the evening and was picked up by our host to get settled into my room. I stayed at the home of Umesh, who runs Volunteer Society Nepal. It was an opportunity to stay in a typical Nepalese home where I got to experience day-to-day life and meet his family. The next morning, I watched the sun rise from the family home rooftop before heading over to the Volunteer Society Nepal office for language and culture training to learn some basics before I moved into the Buddhist Monastery. About a 20-minute walk north of the famous Stupa temple, I find myself opening the gates to the beautifully architected Buddhist temple that houses about 90 monks with ages ranging from 4 to 18. I had the opportunity to teach English and math, have deep conversations about life with the older teenage monks, and eat the daily meal that all Nepalese people have in the afternoon called dal bhat, which is rice, vegetables, and lentils. This was an incredible experience and highly recommended. In the early afternoons after a morning of teaching, I'm free to roam the city and explore all the things Nepal has to offer. One thing I like to do when I first travel to a country is take a cooking class to learn all about the foods I'll be eating during my stay and get recommendations from the instructors on the best places to eat. For this, I chose Nepal Cooking School, and I went with a group of volunteers. We visited a local produce market and spice market to gather up all of the ingredients for our meals. We cooked dal bhat, a curry, and learned how to make the second most popular dish of Nepal, which is momo, with of course dal bhat being the first. I highly recommend this experience and feel like it's a must-do when you visit Kathmandu. Next up on the list of adventures, I hop on a local bus to navigate through the hectic traffic to head up to one of the most sacred and iconic spots in Kathmandu, Swayambhunath, or also known as the Monkey Temple. Historical records suggest that this stupa may date back to the year 400 to 500, but some believe it to be even older. Throughout its history, this site has been renovated and expanded by various rulers, reflecting the influence of both Hinduism and Buddhism, the two primary religions of Nepal. The Monkey Temple is an architectural masterpiece featuring a white dome on the temple called a Stupa, with the all-seeing eyes of Buddha looking out in all 4 cardinal directions. The complex is filled with prayer wheels and colorful prayer flags, adding to its spiritual allure. The temple has hundreds of macaque monkeys that inhabit this area. Considered holy, these monkeys have become a distinctive feature of the temple and are protected as part of the sacred site. Be sure to hold on to your belongings tightly, especially food, because these monkeys won't hesitate to take it from you. The hilltop location offers panoramic views of Kathmandu and serves as a serene spot for meditation and reflection. I found a spot that a lot of tourists don't know about. If you go into the Buddha Tonka Treasure Art Gallery and head up the stairs, you can take them all the way to the rooftop to get 360-degree panoramic views of the Kathmandu Valley. When I made it up there, there was no one else there. My next stop is Pashupatinath Temple, a Hindu temple complex like none I've ever seen, and my first time witnessing public cremations. This is where life meets death, as the riverbanks host cremation ceremonies, a profound and public testament to the Hindu belief in the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The fire, a purifying element, is believed to free the soul from the physical form, sending it on a journey toward rebirth or liberation. It's a moment of intense emotion, but also of understanding and acceptance. Welcome to Kathmandu's vibrant and historic Durban Square. I first head up to the Himalayan Cafe to refuel and get an awesome rooftop view of the square. Durban Square is actually 3 separate squares, all filled with architectural gems. But mainly between the 12th and 18th centuries, the square became the epitome of Nepal's artistic heritage, showcasing the craftsmanship of the Newar community, which were the first inhabitants of Nepal. Despite the devastating earthquake in 2015, which left many of the structures damaged, Durban Square continues to inspire. Restoration efforts are underway by the locals, which demonstrates the passion and artistry that built this iconic square. Kathmandu is an awesome city, but due to its population, it doesn't really show you what the true Nepal is all about. It's a good idea to get outside of the city's chaos, experience the bumpy dirt roads, and see villages for an authentic experience. I went with a group of volunteers on a 4-hour ride up to the base of the Himalayas and about 10 kilometers from the China border, to a magical place called Last Resort. This place is a paradise for thrill seekers and nature lovers, where you can glamp in tents that includes a restaurant, full bar, pool, and several activities such as a canyon swing, climbing high ropes, whitewater rafting, and it has the 11th highest bungee jump in the world with a 160-meter drop into the river gorge. Our group opted for the whitewater rafting, which was a thrilling 3-hour experience down the river. It was so nice to get out of the bustle of Kathmandu to the peaceful surroundings of Last Resort, where you can enjoy the quiet and gaze for hours. This was one of the highlights of the trip. While at the Last Resort, you can trek up the mountain along the trails to walk through an authentic village. In the villages, the residents live off the land, where they make use of every type of plant that's available, from eating fruits and berries, fresh water directly from the untampered waterfalls.
That's medicine for their, like if they get burned.
Yeah.
For that purpose they use this.
So how do they rub it on their hand?
They just break it from the top like this, and then they will take it.
And so they don't go to the hospital, yeah. They just put that on the...
Yeah.
They all farm their food and share it amongst the other villagers. I finished my trek by drinking some home-brewed local whiskey overlooking the gorge and mountains as the sun set. One of the areas that goes unmissed for everyone visiting Nepal is Thamel. In fact, if you're planning a trip to Kathmandu, it's most likely you'll be staying in Thamel or around that area. This place is a beating heart of Kathmandu's tourism and a place where the world converges in a blend of chaos and charm. Thamel is made up of a labyrinth of narrow alleys, eclectic shops, and street food. I stayed for a couple of nights at a hostel called Yog Hostel for $8 a night that was colorful, filled with travelers, and had an amazing rooftop bar with views of the valley and reasonably priced food. Yog Hostel is near one of the best places in the city to get authentic momo, called Yangling, which was the recommendation of the person who hosted the Nepal cooking school experience and many others. Whether you fancy a quiet evening listening to live traditional music or dancing the night away at a trendy club, Thamel's nightlife is vibrant and varied. But what truly sets Thamel apart is its soul. It's the smiles of the shopkeepers, the artistry of the local craftsmen, the stories shared over a cup of Nepalese tea, and the connections made with fellow travelers. Thamel is more than a destination. It's a community, a crossroad of cultures, and a celebration of the wanderlust spirit. Nestled within the vibrant city of Kathmandu, the Dwarika Hotel stands as a sanctuary of art, culture, and Nepalese heritage. A living museum that houses an impressive collection of traditional artifacts, Dwarika's is more than a luxury hotel. It's a tribute to Nepalese architectural legacy. If you're looking for a high-end luxury hotel, this is definitely the place to stay. But even if you're not, it's worth a visit. Every corner of Dwarika's tells a story. Each piece of wood, every brick, and every piece of art has been handpicked to recreate the glory of ancient Nepalese architecture. But the crowning jewel of Dwarika's is Krishnarpan, a fine dining experience that takes you on a culinary journey through Nepal and is a popular choice for celebrities who pass through town. Dressed in traditional attire, the staff welcomes you with genuine warmth, and the meal begins with taking off your shoes and a ritual washing of hands. When you sit down, the first thing you'll notice is your personal name inscribed on the menu. They offer a fixed menu with 6 to 22 dishes. They use locally sourced ingredients, organic produce, and age-old recipes, with each dish as an ode to Nepalese culinary traditions. As my Kathmandu adventure comes to a close, it's hard not to be moved by the soul of this incredible city. From the spiritual serenity of the Buddhist monasteries to the bustling vibrancy of Thamel, every moment here has been a celebration of contrast. I've learned to cook like a Nepalese master chef, witness rituals that stood the test of time, hike through villages that preserve the essence of Nepalese life, and even dine like royalty at Dwarikas. The people of Kathmandu have welcomed me with open arms and embraced me with its multifaceted culture, traditions, and landscapes. As I say goodbye to this city and its mystique, I carry with me memories of the unique mixture of warm, friendly people amidst all of its chaos. So with that, keep exploring, keep adventuring, and remember, the world is waiting to share its secrets with you. See you in the next one.